Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So we're going to carry on with the little folio journal thingy-majiggy. So I'm loving how it's turned out. It's all dry and nice now. I have made some little bits to go in it just so we can get along with it quicker, and I can show you how to stick them all in. So this is the first one. This is just like a little pocket which I've stuck together. Just a piece of card with a little bit cut out. And I've stuck like a little envelope on the front of it, which just opens up. So we have that one, which is quite simple to make, and then I have this one, which is just a piece that I've just folded in half. I've stuck a bit of napkin on the front here, and I've just turned the page over and sewed on it with the sewing machine, and a little bit of fabric which matches in with the little pockets, and that will just fold in half, and it will go this way, so that will just stick onto the little flap, the little spine. And then this one, which I've just stuck a bit of napkin on, and I'm going to stick it to this card here. So then what we've got a little tuck spot there, and then all the rest I am just sticking in pieces of card. Now this card is the 250 gram paper that I I coffee stained in the garden this morning. So it's quite thick and quite nice, so that will make a really nice page. And I've just got the rest of them just plain, so you can make these, and then you can stick little pockets on as you go in, or just clip little paper clips or anything in there, because I just want it plain to add pieces to. So we will be sticking those in a minute. Hopefully it won't be too difficult. Got a nice mess here, and what I wanted to do as well is make just a little sort of scruffy flower just to go on the front of the journal here. So I've got a few bits. I did start cutting some pieces out on here, so let's just pop this to the side. I've got this here as well, which is really nice, and this piece, I think I already cut this piece out. So this is a nice sort of like pinky piece. So, and a little bit of lace on there. I want it quite big. I don't want it to come out too small, so I have a little bit of ruffle it up a little bit. Not quite sure how I'm going to pop it together. I really should have got my glue gun out, really. And then I've got a little bit of cheesecloth, which we can probably pop in between like this. So it's nice and scruffy. Let's have a look. Just so it sort of hangs down, and I just wanted to add a little bit of this, but I'm not quite sure how we can do that. Maybe we'll make sort of like a little bow thing like that. Let's have a look. Twist that end down, pop it in the middle. That might look quite nice, won't it? So what I would like to do is to sort of like wrinkle up like that a little bit. Maybe not. Let's just have a look. Let's just put this together. I won't make it too big. Let's see if I can tie it in a knot like that. Just a little bow just on there. No, I don't like that. It's too big. Chop that off. Start again. Let's just do I might actually just sew it on the sewing machine. I do a couple of these like that, and then these little bits will just dangle down, and that will go on, and I might actually just sew that on the sewing machine together, and that will just hold down. That's what I'm going to do. let's do that again. So if we just fold it, I don't want it huge, just needs to be in the middle. So wrap it backwards and forwards a few times, chop that off, just so we've got the little ones that come down, and then we've got 2 little loops on either side. That's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to pop that in the middle there, and then I'm going to just go to the sewing machine and sew it through there. If you don't have a sewing machine, you can always do these by hand. So I'm just going to go and do that quickly, 2 seconds. Okay, so there we go, that's what I have just done, just sewn that through on the sewing machine. Cut the little pieces off here. Gosh, I've got a fly in here and it's driving me nuts. Keeps landing on me. It's because I've got the door open, I think, probably. Look at that. I quite like these little pieces hanging down as well. That looks nice, doesn't it? So, shall we stick it on? Or what shall we do? I'm liking that. I think I will keep that, and I'm going to just stick it on like that. Let's take these pieces, are going to fall off, aren't they? Let's stick that. Maybe I'll pop a little bit of glue under there. Perfect. So what I'm going to do, and now I've got that, I will pop that to the side. Now I'll probably forget to put it on, or maybe not. I'll put it there so I can see it. Right, let's start sticking into here. Now that's done. Or shall I pop the little thing on here? That'd be easier to start with. Let's pop this on, I think. And then what I've got some of these little elastic bands. Oh look, I've got some shiny ones. I don't think I'll go for shiny. That's a sort of light blue. That would work, wouldn't it? Okay, pop those there. So I just need to put that sort of in the middle. Let's turn it around this way. That's in the middle. So I'm going to make a little dent there. Oh, I need my hole punch. This should work, I think. Oh, maybe not. Oh, yes it is. There we go. So, I'm going to pop that through here, through the hole there, and then we just screw this on like that. Lovely. And then this will just hook around there. So how I'm going to put this on, I think, just get this down, and one of these, let's see, I think it's going to be the big hole, isn't it? Turn it around this way. So where was I going to do it? Was there. Little one of these to match all the other bits. So let's pop it in this way so it looks nice and neat. Turn this around. Squash this in. There we go. Perfect. So what I did before when I used this, I popped this through. Let's hope this works. Popped, oh dear. Try, oh my gosh, slippy fingers. Put that through like that. And then that clips over. There we go. That's easy, and that looks really tidy. nice and neat and tidy. Okay, so that's that done. So it doesn't sew. We know that now. Pop these over to the side. I'll pop them back up there out of the way. Right, let's try and get some of these bits stuck in. Let's put all these bits and pieces. Right, so what I was thinking with these, I've got this one, so I've sort of like stuck these bits down because I think it will be easier for me to put on to start with. Now I wanted to just slip that on there and stick it down, and then this one I'm going to go onto the next one, pop it on there and stick that down, so we've got the pocket from the back. And then this one, just to give you an idea of what I'm trying to achieve, I'm going to put that one on first and then stick that one down over the top. So that means, and then I can just stick the two sides down. So that's what it would sort of look like from the front. And then these ones will just go on separately at the back. So that looks a nice sort of like layered opening for the journal, doesn't it? So that's what I would like to achieve. Let's see if we can stick them in the right place and make sure they do actually stick on properly. And then down this bit where it's a bit untidy, I thought maybe we could pop, maybe I'll find a little bit of lace or a little bit of seam binding or something. So we're going to use some tacky glue because I think this is the best glue to use. Paper to paper. Stick it down like that. Obviously we have to do both sides. Look at this. And I want it sort of in the middle. Not quite in the middle, so that will just slot on. Make sure it goes right in and pushes down nicely like that. There we go. First one in. Right, the next one is going to go onto this one here, so I'm going to just glue that. So glue that to the top. Not quite to the top, I don't think. And I'm going to glue it down here. Like this. And push that in. In there straight, I hope so. Let's have a look. Yes, that's in there nice and straight. And then what I need to do is just glue down this side here to stick that in. That's the one I wanted the pocket. Oops, I forgot to glue the bottom bit up. I needed to glue along all of it really. So we'll have a hole in our pocket, which won't be any good, will it? So, oops. There we go. So that's that one. That's that one. Now we are going to stick this one in, but we need that on this side, like that. Okay, let's glue this whole piece down here. Just like this, lots and lots of glue in there. nice and straight. And stick that down. There we go. And then this piece I just wanted to stick, oh, bit of glue on there, over the top like that. And I'm going to glue up the sides as well and stick that on, and then we've got our little pocket. Glue down here. Stick that on top of that one. Perfect. Let's squash it down this way. Might be a little bit easier. Okay, so that's our 3 sort of little pockets on there, which look nice, don't they? I'm loving this. Like this, and then you've got your little pocket. Oops, make sure it's stuck down properly. There we go. And then I am going to, which way shall we stick the pockets? We could stick them, not the pockets, the pages on top, couldn't we? Stick them down like that, or we can stick them on top like that. Maybe on top might be easier to pop on. So these are just the plain ones now. Popped in here all the way down like this. A little bit of glue there, don't want that. Stick that in. Love it. Okay, so I will carry on doing this. I will probably speed it up, or just sort of like cut a little bit out so you don't have to see me doing all of it. Okay, so that's them all stuck in, and I think that looks really nice and really simple to do. And I think it looks a bit scruffy because that's just where I have torn the paper apart instead of cutting down the sides of it. But I am loving it. Now I am just wondering whether I could cut this little piece off here so that just flaps like that. Because then what I would like to do is add maybe a little bit of this seam binding, which will match that just down this edge to neaten it up a little bit. So I think I might just try and just cut that off. I don't know, unless I want to stick something else onto it at some point. No, I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to risk it. Let's just chop that down there. I can always stick something over it, can't I hope. Just, I think I might need my smaller scissors. Let's just take these. Just opened that up, so what I would have to do is stick that down on there, but it's a bit late now. I have to cut this piece off as well. I might actually do is not cut it all the way, just cut this little bit so it doesn't sort of open it up, and then stick that down with the seam binding. Let's cut this piece off. Probably going to make a big hole in it. Probably not one of my best ideas, but it's a bit late now. There we go. Okay, that's better. I do like that actually a lot better than the long pieces on there. So what we shall do now, I think, is just get a little bit of the seam binding like this and glue it down like that. Will that work? Maybe I'll have to put a piece in there as well. Let's stick this piece down. I'm going to have to use my 3-in-1, whatever I did with it, or my Fabri-Tac, should I say. Let's just squeeze this out. Like this. Make sure it doesn't all come through. Off there. What I think I might do, let me just glue this down a little bit better. Just there. And then I think I will put, that'd be too untidy, do you think, if I put another piece in there? Maybe I'll just put it on this piece like that. Let's do that. Let me just cut this piece off just to tidy this up a little bit. Oops. There we go. That looks a little bit better, doesn't it? Make sure that's stuck down a little bit there. Love it. Now I want to do the back piece. I need to do that piece as well. So let's just pop a little bit of glue through here. Might be better actually with a little bit of lace or something. We'll see. I'm going to use seam binding for now and see how that works. And then we can always replace it with a little piece of lace. But these colours match so well. Lovely. Perfect. That's our little bow. There we go. And now I have my little flower on there to go on the front, and I have these 2 little pockets that I made. So all I did, I just tore the piece of fabric off, and then I've just added the little bit of seam binding to the top, just to make a couple of little pockets. Now I'm just going to stick these down with some Fabri-Tac on here, one for the front and one for the back. Just like that. This down. this is the best way to put it on, is a little bit of Fabri-Tac, because this works really well if you don't get it stuck all over your fingers. Let's just pop that there. Lovely little pocket, perfect. So let's make sure that's dry, and we can pop the one on the back just there like that. Oh gosh, all sticky. Not quite sure, I've called it a sort of journal folio, but I'm not quite sure what I would call it, but I do like it. I will probably improve on it. There's a few things I would do differently, but I am liking it. So let's just stick this down like that. Perfect. So then we've got the front one. I think what I would probably do differently is the spine bit. The concertina spine, I would try and make that out of something a little bit stronger, maybe a sort of thicker paper or something, but I do love it. I think that looks really nice. You've got a lovely pocket there, got a pocket there, you've got your pocket in there, and then you've got your little flappy pocket there, and all your papers here. So you can, it's almost like a little scrapbook, which you could put lovely photographs and stuff in it, couldn't you? Which I'm loving. And then it just does up like that with your little clasp, and then we can just stick, I think I might just stick that on like that. Just finishes it off nicely. I'm going to pop a little bit of just some glue on there. It will come out the bottle. Go just a little bit, stick that onto there like that. Lovely, nice little scrunchy flower. So I think that is gorgeous, really really lovely. So there we go guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I think I had lots of fun doing that one, and I hope you do too. I hope you'll give it a go. Just get some packaging. You can get a pretty napkin that you have, any napkin, and do some decoupage. I like to put, when I've done the decoupage for the book paper, I like to gesso over the top, because it just lets you see some of the napkin through a little bit better, but you don't have to put the gesso on if you don't want to. And then we'll just open it up. We've got a little pocket here. Again, I was going to just add a little bit of ink to this so it's not so plain. Just a little, shabby it up just a little bit on there, just so it catches the bits off the paper like that. But I think that's really nice. Well, thanks guys for joining me. I hope you're all safe and well. Please do take care of yourselves, and I will see you all soon. Bye.